What up, y'all? I haven't even checked my audio or anything, so my apologies. But we're going to go ahead and get this thing going. Let's go ahead and get it going. What's up, y'all? How y'all doing, man? All right. Where do I start? I want to appreciate all of y'all joining me. Couple of things. Let's get started here. We are less than, I'm looking on, actually a little more than 100 away. I just posted that on my Twitter. That we're just about 100 away, a little over, 108 to be exact. Remember, I can see the live data, the data that shows up. If you are just like logged or not logged in and you're just looking at the website is different from what I'm looking at right now. But the live numbers, according to the live numbers, we're about 9,800, almost 9,900. Well, we're not about 9,800. We're almost at 9,900. Total books sold for this campaign. I got to thank all of you for making this a successful one. It was no guarantees. It's never guarantees with books, man, especially in comics. You never know. So to have another success on our first collection, different format from before, we've released everything in a campaign for the most part. There's been a couple of items that have not been part of campaigns, but 99% of the items that we ever put out were in a campaign format. And then we tried this new collection format because we want to speed up our releases. And we want to, as I keep saying, operate as a publisher. Like when I say a publisher, I'm meaning that publishing books is what we do, right? It's not just a little side gig where we do some stuff when we get around to it. It's like, if we're going to be a legitimate publisher, there has to be some level of consistency in terms of the output. So we had to switch up our style in order to accommodate that. And that's how we came up with this new format called the collection, where we're able to still have some of those elements that you guys loved with the campaigns, numbers, stuff like that, but not going so crazy with the, amount of items that are in it, not going so crazy with how long it runs. So one of those things where you get your stuff in the pre-order window and that's it. Now, I will say that there's some things that happened this week because a lot of y'all, again, probably used to the campaign, thought that you were just going to be able to not have to pre-order and, wait to the end and stuff. And I tried to be transparent as I possibly could on that. And I was like, hey, the point of these is to release them, nerd out about them, and have them out there for the audience to talk about and enjoy. Therefore, when we talk about like with the collection or the collectible items or the limited items, because this is comics after all, those are not going to be in abundance. So if you are just not paying attention, maybe you thought, hey, I was going to wait to the last minute. Cover A, cover B, and cover C are sold out. They're gone. You can't get them. The only opportunity that you will have to probably get this will be after we assess all of our stock after the fulfillment has completed. So that will be like, retailer stuff, loss of goods, damages. All of those have to be accounted for. And then maybe we'll have a few. It won't be that many. It'll be like a handful of them. And perhaps we'll put those up for sale. We'll either maybe reserve those for, events, cons, but there's not going to be that many. And sometimes they just won't exist. It's not going to be like it's a guarantee that that's going to happen. So cover A, cover B, and cover C have sold out. So you can no longer get the Kane and White, beautiful Kane and White cover, for example. This is not available anymore. You also have, do I have cover B here? Let me see. I got a bunch of books here because I want to talk about it. It's kind of crazy, man. All these are different books. I'm looking at the sheer amount of like material that we put out. I'm not even holding any of the ISOMs either, right? Kind of crazy. But here's the Will Conrad cover. That's not available. The one that you can get, and I'll talk about cover C in a bit, but the one that you can get will be, of course, the cover D, Mark Evans, which is a beautiful cover. You can go grab that still. This is the one that will be available to you guys pretty much as long as we need to sell them, okay? This will be reprinted, this version. So if you're 2 years in, and like from today, like let's say 2 years have passed and you just got into the Rippaverse, this would be the cover that you want to get. So go grab this right now because you still want to read the story. Now let's talk about cover C right quick. Now I said in a video that I do believe that just because in terms of the application, and we've learned so much from the other ones that we've done. I mean, a lot of y'all's favorite cover C with the special deal was the Canaan White Alpha Core one. I mean, look at that thing shine. Huh? A lot of people love that. We've tried kind of new application as well. Obviously, you know, the Ira is very similar to that cover C. Graham Nolan cover, shout out. You know, we had the ISOM 2 one, which is, again, similar in the format. Now, we tried to do other forms of like metallic covers and everything, and we first really gave that a shot with the Joe Bennett art book. By the way, there's not that many of these left, if at all. I haven't checked in a minute, so I don't know if these are even available. But, you know, we tried to do some cool things with the Joe Bennett art book with our metallic like finish on it. And of course, you had Salvage, which also has a metallic finish on it as well, in addition to the actual foil that's on it as well. Now, we kind of took all of what we've learned over the years and we applied it to this. And this is the cover C that you guys will be getting if you are one of the lucky ones that end up purchasing it. Cover C, which is available, which is not available anymore, was available by Ronaldson. Shout out. Embossed. There's foil up there. There's also we got like different types of foil right there that you can see, right there for the drone. So it's all kinds of things that we were trying out, and I do believe this is one of the better ones, obviously. So go grab that. Well, you will be grabbing it because you can't buy it if you did purchase this. So there's lots of fun things happening. Goodyng the Polymath. Which, hold on, I didn't even play the damn trailer. I just realized that. Let's play that real quick.
I'm Cato Goodyng, owner and operator of Goodyng Services. I've done work all around the city of Flores Park, but there's a reason why we're based out of Shadow Valley. The city has its police force and Alpha Corps. It even has superheroes that patrol the streets. They're more than capable of dealing with various threats. Shadow Valley is full of hard-working, honest people. It's unfortunate that the city acts like you don't even exist. And that's why we're here. Let's be honest, the city allocates little resources for Shadow Valley. That's why they're so late to respond to issues. Good people deserve good service. For our great citizens, we provide it all. From firefighting to criminal investigations, you can count on Goodyng Services.
Goodyng Services has a bundle for all budgets. You can be fully protected with emergency response for just $49.99.
My bad for not playing that earlier. My apologies. Shout out to the sisters I see there in the chat. Jen and Sylvia, what's up? How you doing? We'll be having a chat about some cool things we'll be doing with the Rippaverse this upcoming week. So, man, it's been a busy one, man. And, you know, we don't have a whole lot of time to celebrate, you know, do our high fives, and we get right back to work, you know? And that's what I love about it. It's like, this is great. We're having a blast, but work still must be done. Let the customers nerd out, and while they're nerding out about Goodyng, and we'll nerd out with them as well, we're also in the background working on the next collection, the next book. It's a whole lot of work that has to be done. And I'll be up actually really early this upcoming week, like every day, because we're getting ready for some massive that we're going to drop on you very soon as well. Now, as I mentioned, first of all, let's backtrack before I get into that. Mike Baron is fucking amazing. Mike Baron, great book, by the way, that he wrote. Fleshing Out Goodyng. Awesome story. You're going to learn a lot about how he became the man that he is. And really, again, fleshing him out. And I loved Will Conrad's art on it and how he captures the story. He's a phenomenal artist, one of the best in the business, right? Veteran, been around the block, at the top of his game, professional. What more can you ask? So Will Conrad also did a phenomenal job in addition to adapting Mike Baron's pages, okay, that he wrote. And Mike Baron is not done here. There's some other work that he's already announced this. We've talked about it. He's done other work for sure with the Rippaverse. He loves being here. We love having him here. You've seen him at a couple events. We've been at MegaCon with him. We were just recently in Denver with him at Fan Expo. So, we love having Mike here. I told you, just as a youngster, because, I'm a spring chicken compared to him and Chuck and the OGs. And I learned a lot from them just in reading their work, editing, and getting feedback, loving what they also love about the other stories. All the writers here are tapped into the universe, okay? And it's cool to hear like what they liked about Yaira and what Mike loved about that, or Alpha Core in terms of Mike and Isom, obviously, and how they feel like they can also utilize some of the characters that were introduced and in their own stories that they're telling. And there's so much that some of the other types of stories that are being told within the Rippaverse, and you can see that enthusiasm show in the type of work that they're doing, where they're like, and they'll hit us up, what do you think about this character being in this story? And I love it. I love getting those emails from my man Chuck as well. And it's like, hey, I created this concept with this upcoming book. And it's just really cool. It's a fun time to be a creator here, and to have Mike Baron here is a blessing. I'm glad that you guys obviously came out, showed love, support, and made this an incredibly successful collection here. And it's closing in on 10,000. I don't know. We have about an hour and a half, right? An hour and a half, a little over an hour and a half to get about 100 books sold. I'm gonna refresh this page over here, and I'll let you know what the live data shows. This is a good book, guys. I'm being dead serious. It is different. Yes, we are officially 99. Can we sell? I'm sorry, guys. I'm a salesman at the end of the day. I am the CEO, so I gotta be a salesman. I'm putting on the salesman hat right now. So it's gonna be a whole lot of salesman shit happening in the next hour and a half. 99 books, 199, not 199, but 99 books left. If we hit 99 books sold, more so, we will hit the $10,000, or excuse me, not $10,000. We're well over that. 10,000 books sold. 99. So we're at 9,901. 901. Can we hit it? But no, seriously, thanks to you all. It's already been a successful one. It doesn't need to hit 10,000 in order for it to be successful. It's a crazy amount of books, especially for a graphic novel. That'll put you at the top of any chart on, who's doing the Comic-Con. They sometimes give you numbers. That's going to put you at the top of the chart. So the numbers are the numbers. But it's a great book. Seriously, going back to what I was saying earlier, it's a fantastic book. I know you guys are going to enjoy it. It is a different change of pace. It's not your typical superhero stuff, because Goodyng's not your typical superhero. He's not Isom. He's not Yaira. He doesn't have any superpowers. He is tech savvy, and he obviously has a really, really good heart. And you guys are going to see how, again, how does someone with such heart operate in a city like Flores Park with all that it has going on? So you guys are going to thoroughly enjoy it. Fulfillment, that's an awesome thing, right? I mean, we start the damn thing, right? I don't know how many days, been 40 days, 30 days, however long it's been. It's not been that long. And bam, we're right into fulfillment. Just like that. No problem. Easy. Jump right into it. Tomorrow, the orders will start going out. We'll see how quickly we get through these. We have quite a bit. I see Kara's in the chat. Shout out. Awesome customer relations manager. But yeah, books are going to start going out. You're going to get these lovely cover C's. If you order them, you're going to get, maybe you were one of the ones that got in on like some of the book packs, right? So you got Alpha Core alongside it. You got Yaira. You got ISOM. You got all the books. It's crazy kind of looking at all these different books that we put out over it's only been 2 years, and we got ISOM and we got magazines dropping, of course. Goodyng, we got Alpha Core, we got Yaira. So much is going down, man, and it's good to see everybody, and look, the guys that are doing great work here, I want to keep them employed. I want to keep them paid. I want to keep them well fed. I want to keep them eating. I want to keep them being great. So Joe Bennett is arguably our he came in, did Alpha Core. And then we have Horseman, which is on the way, and I know a lot of people are going to love that. That is the first character that has their own book in the Rippaverse. That obviously is a Rippaverse property, but I did not create it. It's not. It's Chuck's baby and Joe Bennett's. Everybody's talking behind the scenes work, and I had nothing to do with the creation of that character. I only had to do with the city that the character, or the world, the universe that the character is involved in. And they pitched the idea to me, Joe Bennett did, and I said, I'm game. I think that'll work, right? And they got to work, and they do one project and they get to the next one, right? And they collaborating on some other stuff, Joe and Chuck, and I love that. The same can be said for, Jen and Sylvia. They have other stuff, other cool ideas that they have that, you guys are going to see coming to fruition. Blood Ruth being one of them. And there's some awesome characters that they created that are in the Blood Ruth story. Characters that are going to be attached to Yaira. You guys got to meet those, the villains. Magnus Numite that a lot of people loved. Just a lot of cool things going on at the same time. And I say that because there's just different teams working on different things, and we're all still cohesive. We check in, we have our meetings, but, Deborah and the Saskas got their thing going on with Yaira 2, by the way, which is underway. Jay Brown, because he just wrapped up Horseman, Jay Brown is hopping on those colors for Yaira 2, so that'll be out in no time. So they're working on that. You have Joe and Chuck with several projects that they're working on. You got Mike, Will Conrad. You got myself and Bart, or myself and Cliff Riches. So we're all working for, we got the same goals in mind, but we're all working on different projects, which ensures that it's going to be a quality one. And one that, we did our due diligence, right? It's not just like a rush job because, you only have your project that you're working on and everybody else does their job. They carry their weight, and we get the job done. So it's been fun, man. And I think as the next few years kind of go by, what you're going to realize is how expansive this universe is going to be. We have a universe to build. And I keep saying that, and that was a point that I needed to keep stressing not only to myself, but to the rest of the team. And that's why we changed our format, because it's we hit the scene, right? And then we took a fucking year, right, to almost to put out ISOM 2. And obviously that was because we had a lot of things going, not just ISOM being made, but there was some growing pains, some challenges. We had to move into a new headquarters or get an additional warehouse. There's a lot that needed to happen because we had to grow into our demand and we had to get our footing, hiring the right people, putting them in the positions to succeed. Life changed after a $3.7 million campaign. But, now that we've been validated by the audience, the number one thing that, we were considering is people are going to be expecting books far more frequently than a year, if you have all these ambitions. And it doesn't matter what all ideas you have and all cool things you want to do. At the end of the day, you got to work. You have to actually do it. You have to actually, and these projects aren't like, it's a lot that goes into obviously making a comic book. It is very much a team effort, especially one as big as ours. You know, so it's a team effort. It takes a lot to make it happen, and to make it happen in a way that is sufficient. Okay. So in order for us to do that, we got to get the right people in those positions of power and in those positions of leadership. And I think we got the right team now. And so now that we have our footing, and we're still going to grow, like there's still other ambitious things that we're doing, such as, well, Rippaverse Sin. And that may be bigger than fucking anything. So we have that. That's also on the horizon. And it's just work that's required, you know. And if I want Rippaverse to be a go-to form of entertainment, you hear me say it a million times, but I mean that. And I'm often looking at this from actually the whole company, right? We have great professionals, which you need. We have people that have been around the block in the industry, doing various different things. And you need that new talent as well. You need that new talent sprinkled in. You need all that in order to make this work. You need those fresh ideas. But most of what we do is coming from the perspective of a fan, because I came from that perspective, right? So I look at it like I was with some of the big two, for example, in how many books I used to buy throughout the week. And I'm like, damn. That was my go-to form of entertainment. People that followed me over the years, you guys knew that. Rarely did I even comment on like movies and other books that weren't like comic book related. That was my go-to form of entertainment. I gamed as well, but mainly it was comics. And I want that to be the case for some of you. And in order to do that, there has to be enough content being put out, enough books, and it's not just books. Obviously, we are very much involved in the media side with Rippaverse Studios. So much going on with that I can't wait to talk to y'all about when it is appropriate. So you gotta get people shit to read. You gotta get people shit to view. You gotta give people stuff to dive into, and that's why we're always forward thinking, and we're always looking at this from the fans' perspective. So I'm going to get you guys more books. Bottom line. So you got Goodyng right now. We are officially an hour and a half away from this closing. We'll see what happens. But right now we're at, like I said, 9,900 books sold. Okay, 9,900 books sold. If you want to go grab cover D, which is the only one available, you can grab that. I'll pull it up here. I haven't pulled up shit because I'm looking at other things. So let me go ahead and pull this up if you don't mind. Okay. That work? There we go. Perfect. Cover D is the only one available. That's it. So if you want to get Goodyng the Polymath, it'll have to be that cover. That said, I'm not sure where it went. Hold on just a second. Let me refresh this. Or did it pull up in another tab? Is that what happened? Hold on just a second. Oh, no, there it is. There we go. I don't know if there was a return or something because the cover C just popped up. So y'all might want to go grab that. If it's available, and then you missed out on that, because I have no idea why that's available, but I don't know if it was the team's working, so maybe someone messed up their order. But there's a cover C available, and it's probably just one. I'm gonna look on the back end because I'm actually curious. How the hell did that happen? But cover D is the one that is for sure available. You can get this, the cheapest one that we have available, and it's only $18. Only $18. I should go on to look at this right now because I want to know what happened. Oh, there we go. Products. So yeah, $18, 72 pages. Can't beat that price with a stick. Mike Barron, Will Conrad, Jay Brown on the colors. You're going to want to go grab that. It's only $18. Shipping, if you get it domestic. Oh, well, Kara just broke the news. It was one cover. So if you missed out and you really wanted it, you go grab it. I guess it was a return probably that happened. So it's one cover C. It's probably gone. Now, let me pull this up real quick. I'm really curious. All right. The shirts are sold out. Posters are still available as well. You can get the Goodyng Services ad. And so, yeah, I just want to say this. This is how the collections are going to look, guys. We're not going to be getting so many, because we got to move on to the next thing, and we're not going to be having all these damn books that are going to be available for purchase for an eternity because they don't need to be. The limited items are limited, so I know there's some procrastinators out there, and I already got a bunch of messages. Hey man, I was trying to get cover C, man. You know, I'm like, hey bro, I don't know what to tell you. Other than we tried to let you know that it was only going to be available this amount of, we announced the print like quantities. I don't know what else to tell you. So when they gone, they gone. Try to keep you posted. But that's how it's going to look as well. So you're going to want to get in earlier than later. We're going to try. I think this was about as perfect as it could be. We went into the last day basically when we finally sold out of all of those limited ones. So to me, that's a good collection run because I nailed the numbers. So that's good. That's what we want. So this is how they're going to look though. So you're going to want to get in earlier than later, because we just can't have so many available. And you got to understand, like I couldn't, even if I wanted to, like, hey, everybody that was in this pre-order window that opened, that ordered one, I'll get you another one. Like we can't do that. It won't be feasible. I can't go get like 25 copies of the book. That page count, as far as how many how much that's going to be per page or per book is going to be expensive, because I'm not getting a bunch of them printed. So we base our numbers off of, we want to limit certain covers, obviously. Cover D will always be available, but we want to limit our certain copies. And we just want to get through the vast majority of the actual collection. And that's what we did. But they're gone. They're gone. We will keep you posted if they are going to be available after, though. There's always a chance, because we will analyze our stock. Like if I get 2,000 of a cover printed, we don't sell 2,000. We have to account for damages and lost goods and retailer stuff. So we have to be careful, and we always sell under just to make sure that we can get through the fulfillment. And if we can, and we still have some left, we'll put them up for sale. We'll reserve them for events. And, that's how it'll work. So thanks to you all. Appreciate the love and support. Much love to all of the creators that made this happen. Mike Barron, Will, our studio, Jay Brown, everybody that's a part of it, all the editors, Jen, Andrew, Carol, all of everybody that made this project happen. I appreciate you for all the love. So we have a little under a 1 hour and a half. Well, yeah, that's it. Let me refresh this. So I'm looking at this. Yeah, is that cover C? Yeah, it was one last time. Yeah, it's one available. That might have already sold out though. So sorry if it has. Well, it's gone. And it's gone. Cover C is no longer available, guys. It has sold out. There was one that went up for sale because of a return, and now it's gone. Did we hit 10K, says Miles Muhammad. Not quite yet. We are at 9,900, and I'm refreshing. I'll see here in a little bit. But we are close. We have a ways to go, but we have an hour and a half to get there. We got to get like a bunch of them sold. So please, if you have not already, with a couple of hours, actually an hour and a half left, under an hour and a half, go grab this cover right here of Goodyng the Polymath by Mike Barron. Go grab it. We are less than 100 away from 10,000 books sold. So let's get it. Go purchase it right now. Please. I'd appreciate that if you did. I really would. Last hour is the final countdown. Let me get to some of the super chats right now before I talk about some other cool stuff. We got my man Bruce with a 20 says, every release, the covers keep getting better. I can't even imagine how good ISOM 3 covers in full will look. Yeah, man. The covers, there's a couple of covers that have already come in for ISOM. I think like we got 3 of them already done. Man, they're cold, bro. They're cold. Bruce, you're going to love it. And I know you are one of all type of guy. Shout out. Bruce, man, much love to you, homie. Love to see you here as well. Appreciate that 20 because that ain't cheap. We got Mark with a 7 months. No message. We got Garfield's Bizarre Adventure. Says with a 10, the best part of the closeout of the collection is after it ends, fulfillment immediately begins the next day. I don't have to wait 4 years to get it. No, you don't. Looking forward to Mike Barron's Goodyng. Yes, shout out Mike Barron, and you're going to love it. And yes, that is the part of the company that I take very seriously, is getting the goods delivered. Things happen, obviously, and we communicate when there are going to be, like with CGC, or there's a delay or something. But most times we purposely underpromise, right? Because we want to make sure that we are able to, we know what we can commit to, and we want to make sure that we're getting this product to you when we said that we were going to get it to you. We're always working to make our fulfillment times like short. I mean, we went from taking a month to do something to like 2 weeks, right? Like it was for most of the orders. We're getting more efficient. So that's what it's all about. We're always working to get better. And I think that that's important. You know, it's you guys are reaching into your pockets and paying for this stuff, man. And it ain't cheap. Definitely in this day and age, inflation, you guys work hard for your money. And I take that very seriously. So we make sure that we get it to you ASAP. Shout out to you, Garfield's Bizarre Adventure. We got Iron Wolf with a 20 says, thank you so much for everything. The Dallas meetup was phenomenal. Woo! Can't wait for the next collection. We will win. Yes, yes, yes. The next collection, I'll talk about that in a bit because that's going to come sooner than later. Mark with a 5. By the way, 20 ain't cheap. And I'm glad you enjoyed yourself at the Dallas meetup. Appreciate you being there. Appreciate everybody that showed love at the Dallas meetup and was at a Fan Expo that we were at in Denver. Those meetups are always fun. Love looking the fans in the eyes and you know, hearing their stories because everybody has a different one. Hey, stonks are going up. Orders are coming in. Can we hit? Are we going to hit the goal, though, seriously? And the goal is 10,000. I sound like a fool saying that. But 10,000. 10,000 books sold. Now we are less than 90 away. 87 to be exact. 87. Orders are coming in. We have an hour and 25 minutes to get 87 books sold. Can we do it? And then we'll hit 10,000 total books sold. We will appreciate you for that love, baby. Thank you. He said, what was the collection's break-even point? He asked. Like, as far as us making our money back, I don't, it's hard to say specifically on this one, because it wasn't like we didn't like commit to so many different items with this collection. So I'm sure we made our money in the first hour. We made that. I mean, internally, obviously, we have our goals. I went into this understanding the type of character that Goodyng was, understanding that this was a first kind of release of its kind. So I'm always blessed. But to think 10,000, like, look, man, 10,000, I was not anticipating it was going to be that many. So we didn't operate as if it were. So we probably made our money back, though, probably within the first hour, if that. How many collections planned for the rest of the year? Okay, so it's hard to say, but we're going to have sporadic kind of or spontaneous release collections and items, because that's kind of our release format now. We have things that are planned. Blood Roots on the way. ISOM 3 we're working on. Yaira 2. Horseman is obviously about to drop. We have a couple of unannounced Chuck Dixon projects as well. And some other things that we've been working on. We got the next Rippaverse Sin. We have several collections that have been worked on. Several of them are going to get out this year. But we also, remember, collections are collections. Sometimes it's not just going to be a book. Sometimes the collection may be just merchandise and a line. So I told y'all I want to get y'all tank tops and stuff soon. So that'll be dropping. So I don't know how many. I can't really commit to how many, but it's going to be several. I already told y'all, and Brandon with this inside joke with this Dan Weeks thing. But nah, man, we have several collections that'll be active. There will be multiple in August. And so for the month of August, there will be 2 at least. And that's at least. There may be a few more shit. But there's going to be 2 at least collections that are going to be active in August. Woo! We got Mark with a 5 says, I just read that. Garfield's Bizarre Adventure. He said, how many books do you hope to release next year? That was another one that Mark asked. Shit. Man, I'm trying to get fucking like a dozen books out next year or something. Like, I know one for every month, but maybe they all don't drop in a month or whatever. But between the magazines and some of the other stuff, because you got to understand, like, a lot of people have been asking, where's going to be the collection items, like actual collection items, like, the omnibus and all that stuff. Well, by year 2 or by going into year 3, we're going to have a lot of material already out, right? And then ISOM 3 comes out. Do we collect ISOM 1, 2, and 3 hardcover? Everybody's been asking about the hardcover. So there's going to be a lot of cool things that we're going to be able to do. Remasters, stuff like that as well. Yeah, man, it's going to be a big year for 2025, man. All sorts of stuff is on the horizon, bros. Yeah. All right, we have Garfield's Bizarre Adventure with a 5 says, cover B is easily my favorite. The layout of the villain overlooking Goodyng and the supporting cast makes it look like a movie poster. And you are referring to this right here. And if you are wondering what the interiors are going to look like, well, you can look at the preview pages. But this is done by the interior artist. You've seen Will Conrad's art before. This was not the first time we worked with him. This is just the first time he did interior work for us. But all the cards he's done all the cards. Do I get y'all another deck by the end of the year? What y'all think about that? What y'all think about another deck number 3 dropping this year? How do y'all feel about that? But we got Will Conrad here. And yes, using the cast of the folks that are in the actual book. And who would know them better than Will Conrad? Because he drew them all. Will Conrad is the man. He also did cover B that he did for he did cover B for Yaira. Yes to deck 3, says the chat. Okay. Because, obviously be in the latter half of the year. We're already in the latter half, technically. But, that Q4, if we do it. But because by then, if you're talking cards from people that were in upcoming Rippaverse Sin, Goodyng, Horseman, and then we have Bloodroot coming as well. So for sure, after those 4 releases, that would be easy to do. Hell, we might have to do deck 3 and 4. You know what I'm saying? But can we hit it? Sorry for screaming in y'all's ear, but I'm stoked, damn it. Because maybe we hit 10,000 books sold. An hour and 20 minutes left. I'm refreshing the page to see what the live numbers are. And if we gonna hit 10,000 books sold, that would be amazing. Scorpio with a 10. Eric, that villain looks badass. Can't wait to find out what the hype is about him. Everybody loves him here. Obviously, Mike Barron. That's a Mike Barron thing. You're going to love him. I know it. Darth Ghostface with a 10-month says, is there any way you can upgrade your Rippaverse membership tier? I'm trying to upgrade from Super Mac to Mega Mac to get priority shipping again. Yeah. Reach out to us and we should be able to assist you with that. We are obviously going to be making our membership tiers a lot more robust very, very soon. You should be able to do that yourself. But yeah, we got a lot of cool things that we're going to be doing. And memberships are going to be leaning on a lot for future animated content and Rippaverse Studio stuff. Know what I'm saying? All right, guys, I just refreshed 80 books. We have an hour and 10 minutes to sell 80 books. You can get Cover D right now for 18 bucks. Excuse me. And remember, if you're an international customer, you're like, man, I'm going to get killed. If you live in the UK, if you live in Canada, or you live in Australia, we have special shipping available to you. You can get it for like $7 if you're in the UK. So we have special shipping rates because we have a physical presence in those countries. So go buy Goodyng the Polymath right now. 80 books. Can we do it? I guess we shall see. Darth Ghostface with a 10 months. I just read that, excuse me. Ballman with a 5. Where can I get some good protectors of your Dogman cards and dimensions? What should they be? Much love to you all. And thank you at the Rippaverse. So the dimensions are, forget them off the top of my head, but they are in the descriptions that we put them in. And they're like a traditional, like a small print. I forget what the actual deal is. Nonetheless, we do want to start looking at like binders. I've talked about that before. Logistically, though, it was a lot more difficult to get one made and expensive than I thought. Because I'm not trying to charge our arm and a leg for it. So we're looking at other creative ways. I've been speaking with my manufacturers about that, and hopefully we can come up with something to get you guys a binder. Jokingly says 5x7, yeah. Sleeves. Yeah, they like the typical picture, small picture, I think, which is like what, 5x7. You should be able to get those anywhere. All right, we got our Brown Jordan 5 says got my final copy C. Well, shout out to you for grabbing that. Were you the one that grabbed the one that just came back and went away? Mr. Peckerwood with 14 months. Congratulations on another successful campaign. Thank you so much. Garfield's Bizarre Adventure gifting 5 memberships. Welcome to everybody that is now a member. Ira Browns with a 5 says, thank goodness I already have my concert tickets for August. My man Snarwall, what's up? With a 5 says, Jess, picked it up. Congrats, love Mike Barron, 10K. Let's go. Let's go. Let's do it. I'm looking at the stonks coming through, and they're coming on through. And I appreciate y'all. Go purchase it. Can we hit it? 10,000. Can we do it? We'll see. We have about a little under an hour to get there. So go purchase that right now for $18. Go grab that. That's all it is. Matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and do a little tweety tweet. Why not? Let me pull this up right here. Never work from this. Bam! There we go. All right, let me continue on. We have Narwhal, excuse me. Appreciate you, brother. Love to see you here, man. Hope everything's going good with you, homie. We got Avery Parker with a 5 says, all this, y'all ain't ready for Blood Ruth. Meanwhile, I'm already finalizing ring type and size. Amateurs, he said. Regardless, stay being great, everyone. Hey, Avery, what's up with you, bro? Hope you're doing well. You know I love to see you here. President King voice says, I'm very happy to be here. Yeah. Larry Parker, man. Got to meet him not too long ago. Awesome dude, man. Shout out. Shout out. Shout out. Okay, so we also put out a short box. I guess I can put a little something out there real quick. ISOM Collector's short box is now available. You can grab that now in the store. It's up for pre-order. Go ahead, get it. Fulfillment will start on the latter half of August. If early fulfillment is going to be available, we will make sure that we use it. But we will see. Thanks for all the support. Larry Parker got your, that's the last one. Yeah, I got you too. Cool. Appreciate that. But yeah, go ahead, grab that sturdy box. Functional. Actually works, not glued, not shit. So go purchase that. This is how things are going to look, guys. We're going to randomly be dropping it. Because why not? We wake up on a Tuesday morning and we're like, hey, man, you know that one thing that we've been working on? Maybe it's a good time to finally put it up for sale. Everything's ready to go. We'll put it out. Easy. Easy. So what Defendo said, y'all need to stop super chatting subs. And y'all need to go buy a book, essentially is what he said. Yeah. I don't disagree. Go buy a book. I think Dante's chat was a joke. It was sarcasm. And yeah. You know, you ask some silly people and I don't get it. I don't know where that comes from. The only reason I think it's worth bringing up because, you know, when you have a desire for like an outcome, you want something to happen so bad, like with us. There's a lot of people that just, for whatever reason, they want us to fail and they're anticipating that that's going to happen. It was supposed to happen in year 1 and then in year 2 it didn't happen and now it's on the horizon. And I just don't think it's a good thing to be invested in because we're nothing close to that as far as like failure. Like there's people that wrongfully assume that we've somehow, even though we've made almost $10 million, I don't know how much they think warehouses cost, but they don't cost $10 million to run. I don't run a $10 million a year operation here, not even anything close. So, you know, we're doing things. That's why we're able to do all the cool things that we can do, is because, you know, we operate within our means. So it's not worth getting emotionally like invested in such a thing, because what happens is, on a personal tip, we don't fail, right? And then you're angry. You're even more angry because you were banking on that. It's just not worth it. And this is comics, man. Let's have some fun. It's no need for all that. We're doing more than well. There's a lot of publishers that don't sell nothing near to what we sell that have been able to, I don't know, withstand themselves with warehouses, distribution, and all that. I think we'll be fine. But we got big ambitions, I will say that. But I like to think of myself as a decent businessman, because I've been around the block. And one thing that I know not to do is to spend more money than I'm bringing in. You don't ever want to do that, right? So we don't. It's simple as that. I'm ambitious. I do have ambitions, and I am ambitious, but I'm also reasonable. And we make sure that, you know, we don't bite off more than we can chew. And it's a slow and controlled growth. Also because, well, you know, we're independent. There's only one owner here, and you're looking at him. So it has to go to my beat. That's a requirement, because I won't sell the company to someone else, or shares, or go public or something like that. I just won't do that. I'll be the sole owner, and it'll remain that way. So we're reasonable. We got great guys here that know what they're doing. I got my right-hand man in Alex, as we always look at the finances. And, yeah, you know, we're expanding, not shrinking. We're going the other way. That's why Rippaverse Sin became a thing. Because we could afford to do it. So now we're doing so well that we're picking up other people's projects. So it's cool. And it's awesome to be able to also offer that as a service to people, and, you know, have them be able to take advantage of the infrastructure that we have, because we have been able to largely figure this out. And there's always new things. And that's one thing that also we're doing, is always paying attention to the game, because it is ever changing. You cannot be stuck in your ways at all. So when there's a new thing that people are taking advantage of, you have to kind of get with the times. As well. You don't want to be the guy that didn't invest in something when they should have, from an infrastructural standpoint. And we're always forward thinking there. And if there's ways to improve, of course, that's what we do, from every aspect of the company. Whether it be the warehouse, whether it be with the how we put things out. It's just we're very mindful of where we're at. In order to maintain that status, you got to be aware and economically literate. You know what I'm saying? All right, guys, let's continue on. I think I got some more super chats that I need to go to. I do. I'm gonna refresh that page over there. Can we hit it? An hour left. Actually, less than an hour left. We'll see what happens, but we need 75 or so books. That's a lot. We'll see what happens. Go purchase Goodyng, The Polymath by Mike Barron right now. All right. Super chats here. Buy a book for your book. Yeah. Medicare would approve. Shout out. Honorary A with a 5 says, just bought a copy of Goodyng. Homie, keep up the great work. Bring back Santuan. Have him kick someone's ass for us. You'll see some more Santuan. Do you like racing games? I'm hooked on Hot Wheels Unleashed. I mean, I'm not as into them as I used to be, but I used to play a lot of those. Those are some of the, like, when I talk about my childhood, like, some of the most vivid memories that I have of video games were racing games. Obviously, Need for Speed, Hot Pursuit was a massive one. Jet Moto was a big one. for me. Even these snowboarding ones like Cool Borders and, all those as well. Hot Wheels Turbo Racing. You mentioned Hot Wheels. Me and my cousin used to play a lot of Hot Wheels Turbo Racing. I haven't played Hot Wheels Unleashed though. It's been a while since I played like 8. I'm trying to think of what was the last racing game that I played. I don't know, but it's been a while. It has been a while. Luke with a 20 says, Romans 10:13 says, for whoever shall call upon the name of the Lord shall be saved. Jesus Christ is King. And it's coming from Luke with a 20. Amen. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. Oh, Mario Kart. Yeah, well, obviously. Yeah. That's a good point. Someone brought that up. That's a good point. Played a lot of that for sure over the years. So that probably was the last one I played. Was Mario Kart Deluxe or whatever, 8 Deluxe or whatever the hell it is. Yeah. I bought 5 books, one of each cover, and one to read, plus a shirt. Well, shout out. Yeah, lots of books. And again, the catalog's growing. And, that's one thing that is also very good with when you're your own distributor, books are always getting sold. And you might not see the numbers, but books are always getting sold. So whether we have a collection or a campaign before, active or not, there were books still being sold. Because everybody it's different with their journey. Some people have been there for the get-go, and I appreciate you guys. I love all the Rippaverse lifers that we've created, but there's some guys and gals that get there last week. They got here last week, and so they're getting caught up, and they're buying every book, or like maybe one that interests them, Alpha Core or something. It came out months ago, but that may be something that they're intrigued by, so they go buy it. It's been really cool to see. And that's why we want to make sure that we're keeping books available to you guys, because definitely with a new company like this, you're going to have a lot of people that don't know us that then discover us. And we want to make it easy for them to get in and become fans of the Rippaverse. We have a very welcoming fandom here, so shout out to all of y'all. You nerd out, and this is why we want to make sure with the new kind of membership site that we're going to have, we're really being able to facilitate that nerd out and make that experience unique for definitely the paying members that are the guys that are there that are paying money, which is supporting the company. You also get perks out of it, obviously, but you're supporting the company. So we want to make sure that we're doing cool things that are unique to the experience that we want you to have. We have Discords and all that, but this is going to be something way more robust. And I'm excited for it. I'm excited. Stoked, if you will. My man's Drunk 3BO with a 10 says, the future looks amazing and green. I see what you did there. He's correct. Agamatic Chronicles Green is going to be launching very, very soon. We have a lot of work that we have been doing as of late. I've been sending him some texts about some cool stuff that we're doing for that, which I can't wait for you to see. It's going to be a big campaign for you guys. It's going to be you're also going to see the new Rippaverse Sin site as well with it. Man, it's exciting, bro. It's exciting. And who better than Jay to have him as we pop this new venture off for the Rippaverse, having that first project be a guy that I love. And Jay, man, is awesome. Awesome dude. And we're going to make sure we have a massive campaign for his book, man. We got a lot of cool items that we're doing for you guys. You guys are going to love it. Straw Hat Guy said he already got the first print of Blue. Yeah. If you were at Denver, you were able to get a hold of those. So, yes. Shout out to everybody that took advantage of that. All right, guys, we are in the final hour. Putting my salesman hat on. Final hour. 70 or so left. If we were, I'm refreshing it. It may be more than that, but last time I checked, 70 or so left. It's gonna be tough, man, to get 70 books sold in that period of time. We will see what happens, but go buy a book for your book. $18, that's it. I just want to hit 5,000 sales off. Jay, you're going to hit way more than that. We'll hit 5,000 in the first second. You know what I'm saying? Garfield's Bizarre Adventure with a 5 says, in all seriousness, thanks for standing by your employees. Seeing people trying to get them fired for various reasons is pretty pathetic on their part. Yeah, look, I started this company to address several different things that were happening in comics. The economics didn't make sense to me. Didn't like how business was being done, business. And obviously, culturally, we know what has been a go-to rule for engagement for people, and that's to, if you don't like them, and or worse, you don't like me, you attack people that are attached to me or like I'm fond of, even though they've done nothing to you. They've said nothing bad about you. And definitely for stuff that happened 15 years ago is fucking retarded. And you got to remember that Kara is here, for example. I would be the biggest hypocrite in the world. We brought her on after what happened with her, which was criminal. Should have never happened. But it was a blessing for sure for this company because she's been wonderful for us. And I hope to have her for many, many years here at the Rippaverse. She's a cornerstone here. And yeah, it's not happening. It's like every month there's a mode of attack and you have people trying to go after certain folks that are attached to this company individually as employees or like full-time contractors. And it's just not happening. Like I can't be bullied into firing someone because you don't like them, especially like people that have done good by me. They do their jobs. They don't complain. They like definitely like something like the Saskas. Like, are you fucking stupid thinking that I will cancel them or lose their job considering like they're a massive asset just in the enthusiasm department. I mean, you guys that have been to our meetups, you know that their enthusiasm is so infectious, and they brought a lot of new people to the Rippaverse as well. And I told y'all this, and I'm being pretty transparent here. Like, I've learned a lot from them as well, and how to operate as a professional when you're faced with like ridiculous people saying silly things. So yeah, it's not happening. It's just not. That's not how I operate. I didn't start this company to do the same shit that you see happening in like the workforce, especially in the West, where you have people over political opinions, over social opinions, losing their jobs and their livelihoods in some cases. So their ability to get other jobs for just very silly things. It's just not how we do business, and that's not how it's going to operate. Like, yeah, if someone does something criminal that's damaging the company, right, then yeah, I'll part ways with them. But I'm not going to be parting ways with someone just because someone had an opinion that you didn't like on Trump or something. It doesn't matter. Like, or fucking Kamala for that matter. It's just not happening. It's just not how I do business. I didn't start this company to be on that weak shit. So yeah, that's going to be a failed effort for anybody that continues to do that. It is unfortunate because, I mean, being transparent, y'all know that the Saskas were not attacked because the Saskas did anything. The Saskas were attacked because of me. And what I mean by that, it's that if they had not been attached to the Rippaverse, nobody would say anything about anything about them. And we've got that with some of our other creators where you got people going after them simply because they work with the Rippaverse, and that's it's corny as fuck, and it's unfortunate that you got folks that don't like me so much that they'd go after other people, but that's the game. But it's not one that I'm gonna play. with them. So I've learned a lot from them, just how to deal with that also professionally. Because again, about myself, people lie and say foul things, and there's a lot that I think anybody that operates in the public sphere, there's a lot that you can learn from the Saskas and how they carry themselves, like with despite all that. You know what I mean? So big shout out to them. They are amazing people, and yeah. Go to your point, Garfield's Bizarre Adventure. I'm not. You don't ever have to worry about that. Someone had to do something like literally criminal, for me to like be like, yeah, I can't have you here, or they're doing something like, again, it's like objectively bad for business. You know. Someone brought up. Oh yeah, Gabe. Yeah. So I didn't even know he was gonna mention that. I should have mentioned that a long time ago. So, for you guys that don't know, Gabe El Taib with his Big Man Comics thing is like, that thing is spinning into something that it's like sort of becoming an empire, right? And he has everything he's doing with Dean Cain, and he's dipping into like a legitimate like empire here, and it's cool to see him launch that. So he's just tied up, and coloring something like ISOM, and continuing to color, that's a commitment, right? That's a full-time job. I mean, these are big books. So, we're going to just because he has his own stuff to focus on, he'll be focusing on that, so he won't be coloring ISOM in the near future. Sure, there'll be collaborative opportunities, covers and stuff probably, but he has his own empire that is now growing. So he's going to tend to that. He's going to have our support in doing that as well, full support in doing that. And yeah, it makes the most sense because he just simply does not have the time because he has a lot of cool things that he's doing with his own company. So big shout out to Gabe. We love what he's done for us with ISOM. He's colored some of our covers as well. So big shout out to Gabe El Taib, man. And y'all make sure y'all follow him. If you don't already, follow Big Man Comics as well, because he's doing some great things. So yeah, there'll be another colorist on ISOM books going forward. All right. Bell County Comic-Con, says Larry Parker, starts Saturday. Come have some fun. I'll be sporting my Rippaverse gear. Speaking of, can we buy lanyards yet? We usually have them at live events. We don't have them for sale though. I think we had some at Comic-Con. We didn't have them at the Dallas meetup, but we had, not Comic-Con, Fed Expo, which they used to call it Comic-Con until they couldn't. So yeah. You can buy, maybe grab some there, but we don't have like any of that just for sale. Maybe that's something that we do in the future. But yeah, go show love there at Bell County. I was talking to not too long ago, Douglas, about this, Ernst, about doing Bell County, because obviously it's Texas, and apparently that's a pretty decent event that they do. So we'll see if that's something that we end up doing like maybe next year or something. But the shout out to Iconic and all those guys doing their thing, and everybody that's going to be at Bell County. Hope you guys have some fun. Garabuki with a 10 said, just grab my book, big procrastinator here. These are still awesome numbers for a book in the comic industry these days, let alone side stories, characters. Just shows people trust the quality. Oh, yeah. Like, again, almost 10,000 books is nuts. That's an insane number there. And we're in the final 45 minutes, guys. Go purchase right now. But yeah, it's cool to see, right? And we're always keeping our ear to the streets, trying to see who likes what and where's the audience for X type of book, okay? So yeah, to do something that's a little off brand from some of the other stories that we've told with Goodyng, no one better than Mike Barron to really do that story. I'm glad that people are into it. Mr. Reese with a 2 says, congrats on selling all the Goodyng shirts. Yeah, all the Goodyng shirts are gone. Still some posters left, but all the Goodyng shirts are gone. Covers A, B, and C are gone as well. So now you only have cover D to grab, and you should go grab those now. You got an hour, 45 minutes to grab that. You should buy a comic book for your comic book. Grab cover D. It's gonna be tough, guys. We gonna have to. A lot needs to happen. A lot's gonna have to happen if we're gonna hit 10,000. We're about at 940, so you got about 60 books, and that's gonna be tough. We'll see what happens. It's only $18, as I said in the chat. You can't beat that price with a stick. You can't. You can try. It's this cover right here. Mark Evans. You've seen Mark Evans. He's done. Also, I'll show another cover that he's done. Do I have the Yaira book here? I do. Mark Evans also did this cover. He does the painted covers for us. I love working with Mark Evans and some future other projects that he's done for us as well that you guys will see. I love doing these. You're going to love it. Get Mike Barron to 10,000 books sold. Operation 10,000 starts now, and you got 40 minutes. And you can get this cover right here for just $18. That's it. Yes, Mark Evans also did the cover D for Alvacore. That is correct. That's it. That's it. And we'll probably do a spoiler stream soon enough. Once those books are out, we'll talk Goodyng. Mike, myself, probably Saska's, maybe Az. We'll see. I don't know. Oh, and by the way, there will not be a episode of 4Canon's Sake. I got a lot to do tomorrow. So there will not be a 4Canon's Sake episode tomorrow unless I do it like tomorrow night. Is Dogman character a character you would ever consider giving a book to? Ooh. I got plans, right? That's something that's, in motion. He has in-universe cards. We'll see when the time is right that you guys start to see a little more of them. Would I consider it? Of course, if it makes sense. I guess that would be the way to answer that. If it makes sense. We got to be there on the spoiler stream. Yeah. So Saska's will be there. We'll talk spoilers. Let's get the books out, and we'll talk spoilers. We'll talk spoilers. 10,000 books sold. Also closed in on $300,000 in total sales. Someone in the chat says, interesting, you're talking about how many books you sold when before you just talk about how much money you made. We used to talk about how many books we sold as well all the time. That's not a new thing. We would come up with a graphic like every time we sold X amount of books. Are you new around here? Perhaps. The Wrestling League, SSWL, huh? That's a lot. Okay. That's interesting. I'm okay with you believing that. It's not correct, but hopefully you find peace. Need to make Rippaverse records, huh? We'll see. That'd be something cool. of course, really fresh in the mind. Best interactions for me was Valdez with Chad Legend Officer. Also need more Braxwell. Need to see more Braxwell. There will be more Braxwell. Trust me. Get covered is only $18. That is correct. That's it. $18. You grab it right now. All right. So the next collection, let me talk about this now that we have almost 30 minutes left. The next collection is going to drop very soon. Like, when I say very soon, I mean perhaps, potentially, maybe. You ought to just be keeping tabs on social media over the next, this upcoming week. Let's just say that. Because who knows? Not saying that something will drop. Maybe something will, maybe something won't. But the new collection will be dropping very soon. Yeah. All right, we have Kevin with a 5. So shout out to Ken and Kara. Customer support delivery challenges for my Yaira order. Out of town almost made me skip Goodyng, but I just purchased. Well, I'm glad you can get it. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Much love and support. I appreciate your love and support. 5 from Kevin and Ken and Kara. They do their jobs very well, do they not? Do they not? Mugan Lord with a 10 said, I just picked up a copy of Goodyng. This will be my second book into the Rippaverse. Shout out to you. Wish you the best with your company. Well, I appreciate you, homie. Second book, ain't nothing wrong with that. You're going to enjoy it. It's a nice second book. Mike Barron telling the story of Cato Goodyng. You're going to love it. Will Conrad's art is fantastic in this book. Elite. Very elite. But yeah, we got another collection dropping soon. And like I've said, in August, you should anticipate, maybe forever, maybe for the rest of this company's existence, as long as we're doing a lot of collections, you should anticipate that there will be more than one collection active at the same time. So this upcoming month, like I said, you're going to have at least 2. Joe Music with a 42 month says, had cover A and went back and picked up cover D. Again, that's the smart man right there, Joe Music. He bought a book for his book, and that's what you should do. And get Goodyng the Polymath. You can get this one right here for $18. You can always go back to the store. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Garfield Bizarre Adventure with a 5. So what are your thoughts on Robert Downey Jr. coming back as Doom? It makes no sense. How do I answer that question? I'm gonna answer it like if this was Eric July in 2008. Well, excuse me, 2018, 2017, he wouldn't like it. Would not be a fan at all of that. And I don't know what direction that they're going with that. Is this a multiversal sort of Doom that's for some reason Stark? Perhaps. Not a fan. Honest opinion, and Eric July right now, this is going to sound bad, and I'm not knocking anybody's enthusiasm for it. I just don't care. And I'll tell you why I don't care. I don't care because things are different for me now. It's like I'm just so uninterested in, it's not like a Marvel thing. It's just anything entertainment thing that's not like visible to me, right? You know, I got bros that are around me that have their creative projects, and that's cool if I'm like not working on Rippaverse stuff. But 99% of my attention goes into Rippaverse stuff. And I'm just not a general customer or consumer anymore because I'm running this company. I mean, they're just... I wish, and maybe I'll do that, like a day in the life. Like if I did a day in the life of Eric July, it would not look anything like, you know, those tech companies, and you had people drinking lattes coming in at 11 a.m. and dicking around for the, like, I do so much throughout the day. And it's like that Eric July that was so tapped into everything that was happening with other people's companies is just no more, because I quite literally don't have the time. The time or the mental capacity to do it anymore. I just don't. I'm gonna be honest with you, just because I'm so occupied with other stuff that I got going, man. And when I do like not focus on my own stuff, my form of entertainment isn't that anymore, right? So it's just a different era for me. And so when I saw that popping up on a timeline, and I got a lot of people messaging me asking me about it, I just, again, the 2017 one, Eric July, would not be fond of it, and I probably have 5 videos already out by now, streamed about it, all that good shit. Current year, Eric July, just not interested. Just don't. I can't even fake it. And that's not to say that there's something wrong with someone else that has enthusiasm for that shit. That's not correct. Like, I'm not telling other people how to feel. And I don't want people to get the wrong idea, like, hey, because I feel like, no, like, it's just a different dynamic now that I have my own business. Things just are a lot different. 10K away from 300K, 30 minutes to hit it. Who am I going to love long time for placing a 10K order? See, if it was a campaign, that'd be easy, right? But when you can get everything in the collection and most of it sold out, but even if it was active, only like was $130, it's different now. You know, our we used to have like the all I wanted all was close to $1,000. Now it's just because we only had 3 new items, right? It wasn't that much. So it's just a different between our campaigns. But 10,000, that'd be quite a feat. We got 30 minutes to do it. It's going to be tough, guys. It's going to be tough. But you should buy a book for your book, like the gentleman said. Shout out Medicare. Shout out. $30 minutes left. Posting about it. Last minute collection item. Eric sketch for 10K. Yeah. It's just 3 books. Or 3 items. Which is kind of crazy. It's surreal to think about that. Like 3 items, that's all it took. And we're about to have almost a $300,000 sales for 3 items. A book, a shirt, and a poster. No signed copies. No CGCs, which we make a lot of money on those. None of those are available. We just said the collection, they're supposed to be far more lean. And we still almost... We're still $10,000, less than $10,000 away from $300,000 in sales. Woo! Shout out to everybody out there. Because that's crazy. That's wild. The fix was always in for the Eric sketch. He wants that shit hidden forever. It's just so bad. It is terrible. Got another cover D. I'm doing my parts as Ira Brown. Which, woo! Get another one. Robert Davis with a 5. I decided to pick up a copy of Goodyng. This is my first book. Woo! Shout out Robert Davis. And I'm glad that all y'all gave him a thumbs up. That's what I'm talking about. Like I said, we got the best fans in the world and the most welcoming fandom that exists on the planet. And we love to hear that, hey, this is your first book. Whether it be your first comic ever or it's your first Rippaverse book ever, either one of those are fine with me. We appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for coming through. And I believe that you're going to love Goodyng. You're going to love this fandom. You're going to love the books. Other books, if you choose to, if you love it so much that you're like, okay, I'm in. Let me get caught up. Well, you got a lot, which is cool, right? It's cool to think about, like, man, there's a little rabbit hole that someone's going to go through when you got ISOM 2, Alpha Core, Yaira, the obviously Goodyng, and then you got like the Rippaverse Sin as well, man. So you got some catching up, and you can throw the cards in there as well because those have lore, all elements of lore on them as well. So shout out, man, and I'm glad you're here showing love. Riot Press Comics, what's up? PTP. Speaking of the cards, he is the designer of our cards. Says, hell, brother, keep up the good work. You got it, homie. Got to get caught up, man. Shout out to Patrick. For those of you that don't know, he is the designer of the cards. Do I have a card here? I do. Have ISOM's card here. Shout out. Mr. Reese with a 5. All covers were fantastic. My personal favorite, cover C. It is, baby. Place a poll, Eric, on best cover for Goodyng. You know what? I'm going to do that. I'll word it this way. Start a poll. Okay, poll's going live right now. There it is. Bam! Appreciate that, Mr. Reese. Appreciate y'all hanging out with me too, man. I know it's a random little stream. A little something. Honor to work on the cards again, man. Shout out to PTP, man. Much love to you, homie. So, yeah, people are giving their favorites on why they don't let me. I can't vote for my own. Cover B's in the lead right now, actually. Kind of crazy. Will Conrad's cover. Interesting. We'll see what happens. We'll let that thing run for a little bit. Let it run for a little bit. Again, man, I appreciate y'all, man. Thank y'all so much. I forget what we have this timer on as far as the refresh on the numbers. It's like every 10 minutes, is it? 5, 10 minutes? I don't know. Something like that. But you got 20 minutes to get in on the collection items. Obviously, the available items, which will be the poster and the book, will be available for sale. Cover D will be available for sale, but the bundles will go away. So if you wanted to get like the first appearance pack and save some money, or the Rippaverse book pack, you want to get those right now. You can grab those now. You should grab those. A little behind on the books, admittedly, but I'm still excited. Hey, man, all good. All good. We appreciate your support either way. Will the Rippaverse Sin have a full collector's edition, the next one? I think so. You guys really like that. I didn't know how we were going to do that. Obviously, we're not going to go as crazy on those covers with the magazine as we do kind of with some of the books. But you guys seem to thoroughly enjoy the salvage cover C here. Or excuse me, a collector's edition. So perhaps we'll do a collector's edition. We'll see. I love how this turned out. But yeah, maybe we'll do another one. I think there's a couple of these still available, not that many. So grab this. You can get the base one with your membership, which is why you should become a member, because you can get it for $7, but you can also just redeem it for free. Well, it comes with your membership, so even if you have a $5 membership, there it is. 19 minutes, someone says, yes, that is correct. Or 20 minutes, essentially. So cover B is in the lead, oddly enough, with the favorite Goodyng cover. Cover B is up, not by much, 32%. Cover A is at 29%. That is interesting. Any chance we can see Rippaverse card game like Marvel Champions in the future? I'm a card game fiend, and I'd love to see Rippaverse card that does not follow a TCG or CCG model. Look, I got a lot of research to do in that market. But if there is a market in, like, I don't care what it is, tabletop, I'm willing to entertain that. I'm willing to entertain it if there's an audience for it, and also if we could do it right. I want, though, the people that I have facilitate that as a project really be tapped into that market. It might mean bringing more people on, but I'm willing to do it if it makes sense for us and if there's an audience in it. You know. You know, I mean, that goes for everything. That's why the release format changed. So we could just do cool things without having to rely so heavily on campaigns or wait. Because that's how, I mean, I've explained this before. But, you know, before, what has to happen is I have to come up with I have to basically like dump everything in a campaign before. We have to wait. Now we can just drop it. Say, fuck it, do it live. Why not? Mr. Reese with a 5 on the side. No, Altona was a soccer player. Nice. I personally think she either played on the wing or as a playmaking central mid. Thoughts? I can see that. I can see that. I mean, I know. I just haven't said anything about it, but I can see that. See where you're coming from. A little attacking midfielder, okay. All right, some action figure. Okay. Okay, see that. All right, guys, you got 18 minutes left to grab Goodyng the Polymath by Mike Barron. Fulfillment starts tomorrow. It's crazy to think about that. We're about to drop right into fulfillment like that. No problem. That's how it should be. Keeps people stoked. All right. All right. Goodyng the Polymath. I'm going to go ahead and pull this up. Cover D, for the people that are just now finding out about it, is available to you right now in the store as well as the collection page. Either one of those will get you access to this Cover D by Mark Evans to grab. Will Conrad and Mike Barron's Goodyng the Polymath. Learn about Goodyng, the tech-savvy man that was introduced in ISOM number 2. Had a lot to do with that. It's cool how that spun off and gave him a little one shot. We'll see what happens from there. We'll see what happens. Yeah, you'll be reading Goodyng very soon. Gonna have those first bit of orders go out tomorrow, and we'll see what happens there. And I'll keep you guys posted on, like we do every one. We're like, hey, we got through the first day, we got through the second day. We'll let you guys know. Hard to say how quick we'll get through this, but you know, we move with efficiency, so it won't take long, man. It won't take long. To all the warehouse folks, sorry in advance. Yeah, we do have several thousand books to get out, but we'll be fine. I think we got it figured out now. We got a little method to the madness. We'll see. Be fun either way. Work, though. All right. So another collection, as I said, expect that very soon. When? Hard to say. But it might be another stealth release where, you know, who knows? It's 3 a.m. and I just said, fuck it. I hit the button. I just hit the button. Perhaps that'll be what happens, but it'll be soon enough, be time enough to get you, for you guys to get the items. But for the procrastinators out there, like some of y'all with Goodyng, I tried to tell you, you didn't listen. You didn't listen. I said it. I said, hey, this is a collection. This is not a campaign. We're not going to have a lot of items, man, and it's not going to run as long. So if you procrastinate, you might miss out on something that you want. And what happened? A, B, and C sold out, just like that. It took us the last day. I think yesterday, C sold out yesterday, was it? And then today, B sold out. So, yeah. Don't procrastinate. What happens when the time's up? The books the bundles will go away. Cover D, of course, will be in the store, and the leftover posters will be there as well. There's not that many left of those either. Yeah, the shirts are sold out too. Yeah, them shirts are sold out. Goodyng Services shirt. I got mine. Did you get yours? I was wearing mine yesterday on stream. All right, we're closing into the last 10 minutes. Again, the live numbers are reading 9,951 books sold. It's gonna be a tall order. Well, now 52. It's gonna be a tall order to get 48 books sold in 10 minutes. What do I say? I'm gonna find a graphic. I gotta find a graphic this year for 10 minutes. Yep, cover D is only $18. 10 minutes, 50 seconds, yeah. Something like that. Whatever it is. So also, all right, Rippaverse Studio. I gotta talk about that a little bit. So the next Rippaverse Studios project is in motion. It's in the developmental stage. There's a little something I got planned for you guys. Nah, I'm not gonna say it. I almost NDA'd. Bam with the 23 months says this is all cool and all, but Norfolk will win. There will be Norfolk. You will see them soon enough. I'll say that much. Soon enough. But yeah, Rippaverse Studios, we have a thing, let's say that we're working on that's in motion. I saw a bit of some development stuff that we had been doing and this morning, and holy shit. Holy shit. I gotta like I said, I'm not gonna say that. Just say that it's coming soon. It's happening very soon. But you're gonna love it. We got Jay's project, Rippaverse Sin. We got and he's not the only Rippaverse Sin thing as well. There's a couple of other Rippaverse Sin things that we got going as well that I can't wait to announce at some point. But Jay's gonna pop it off first, and I think a lot of people are gonna love it. A lot of people are gonna love it. I want that to be a really nice little wing of this company, man. Yep, $18. That's it. All right. Bought another one and a poster, one for the book and one for the box. Hell yeah. Gonna need it to tune out the rest of the year shenanigans. Yeah, it's entering into that season, guys. Good night, team, says Kevin. Shout out, bro. Appreciate you being a customer. Ram with a 23 months says this is all cool and all, but Norfolk will win. Let's fucking go. I just read that. I already read that. Rod Press with a 20 says PTP got down with a Goodyng cover D. Let's rock and roll. Something soon, brother. You got it. We'll talk soon, bro. Shout out PTP, designer of the Rippaverse cards, with our man's Will Conrad on it. Like jokingly said, you could buy a book for your book. As if you're into that thing. 8 minutes left. I'm going to be staying up as well because I got some other cool things that I'm going to be doing. Then I'm going to take a nap and wake up really early and get back to work. Appreciate y'all. Lots of stonks coming in for this last 10 minutes. Well, now 8 minutes. But Rippaverse Sin 2 has a story in it. I can tell you that much. It's another short story. Who wrote it? Who drew it? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I know, but I can't tell you because, yeah, reasons. It won't be Salvage Part 2. What we're going to do with Salvage, like I said, I'll do something more formal. Maybe we do a video, maybe we do a stream, kind of analyzing some of the feedback that we got. Thanks to all of you guys that filled out the poll for Salvage that we sent out there. We appreciate you guys so much for that, giving us that feedback. And I want to go over those numbers as well as the data basically that we collected out of it. And we'll tell you then what we're going to do with Salvage. But it's not another Salvage story. I can tell you that much. But it is something that I think everybody's going to enjoy. I do think y'all are going to enjoy the story in the next Rippaverse Sin a lot. Art's insane. Story's intriguing. Fun times. And like I said, when that collection drops, you'll see. Who knows? Or that when the pre-order goes up live, who knows? Like I said, y'all just gotta keep your ear to the streets because you never know. Could be 3 a.m. on a Wednesday, and who knows? Bam, Rippaverse drops some shit. And you wake up to a nice little surprise. Garfield's Bizarre Adventure with a 5-star. I remember you mentioning ISOM 3 being 140 pages. Do you have a price point locked down yet? Since it's the bigger book, it'll probably cost more. Well, yeah, it obviously has to cost more than what like ISOM 2 was because it's like 30 pages more than what ISOM 2 was. But I haven't locked down a price. As we get closer to print and I start analyzing what those numbers are going to be, we'll determine how much we're going to charge people for it. But it's a big ass book. I don't know yet. Not quite. Alex says Eric doesn't actually sleep. That's fairly accurate. Bro, we talking business, says Hot Dice. We were talking business earlier. Business. Haven't talked a whole lot, though. Sign up for newsletter. Yeah, Kara, she kills it with the newsletter. She absolutely kills it. It's a good way to stay tapped in on what's happening with the Rippaverse. We have a massive email list of you guys and the lovely customers. So it's a good way to stay informed is to just sign up with the newsletter. Know when drops are happening and stuff like that. All right, guys, got 4 minutes. 4, not 4. 4 is not accurate. It's 4. And we're at 9,962 total books sold. Thank you guys so much. I think those are the latest numbers. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you. Making this another success. First collection ever in the sale, damn near 10,000 books. Is insane. It's not normal. It's a lot of books. New format. I'm not going to say like we were on edge because of the new format and it wasn't a campaign. But it was new. You never know. It's uncertainty. There's going to be something there. You never actually know. So we go into it, just give it a shot. Try to keep some of the hype that we got from the campaigns that people loved, or the cool things that people loved, but we had to kind of, again, slim it down because of how we put out material now. It's just changed. It's just not the same anymore. And to be validated by the audience, by the customers, is important. And because you are why we do it. So you guys are stoked on it. Then we're gonna keep it moving. Keep putting out books, keep giving you material to get lost in. Appreciate you. Love one shots, by the way. Yeah, this is a one shot. Mike Barron got the job done. All right, my time, we got 2 minutes before this thing goes away. Appreciate y'all. 2 minutes. I'm looking at the stonks coming in. Lots of orders have come in the last 5 minutes. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate you. Like I said, if you didn't get it, Cover D will still be available after this collection ends. It'll go right to the store. Actually, it won't leave the store. It's already in the store. That was another thing that we did with our new format, where we put things out and we also put it in the store, so it's easy to get to. Oh, yeah, Mike Barron has an additional story. We got 1 minute, 1 minute, guys. Mike Barron does have another story that he'll be writing for us. Are the collections supposed to be equivalent to the tales? Not necessarily. Some will be full books. Some will be one-shots. It's just a collection of items. If we don't have a single pre-order item, we'll usually put it in a collection, if it makes sense. The way Blur with 27 months said, would you agree that winning is very hard? Yeah, it's a lot that has to happen for you to win. If you're speaking in regards to the Rippaverse, yeah, it's not. If you think we make this look easy, it's not. There's a lot that has to go right for us to be in the position that we're in the business of logistics. Excuse me, the business of logistics, especially. Like I've said this, and people got mad at me when I said it, but I'm right. And that's like the easier part of this is like you can create all day long, but when you talk about actually getting the books out to the customers, that's a different thing. You're dealing with an entirely different business. And that's it. The Goodyng Collection is coming to a close. I'll get you guys updated numbers here in a little bit because, like I say, they update late. Last time I checked, it was 9,962 or 9,962. But it's more than that, and I'll let you guys know. I appreciate you guys so much for making this a successful collection. Here's what's going to happen next. Books start going out. Imagine that. Workday starts for the morning employees just like that. And then we start getting these books out. We start getting these books out in the morning. Earlier orders are going to be going out. We'll keep you posted throughout the week how many of those we get through. We'll of course, let you know. But, yeah, man, thanks to you all so much for making this a successful collection, bros. The first collection ever, selling nearly 10,000 books is no easy feat, man. That shit is not supposed to happen. So I thank you all so much. We'll do our fulfillment. We'll get that out the way. And then we'll do the spoiler talk stream. And that'll be fun. And we'll have a new collection up very, very soon. You can still pre-order the short box. You can also pre-order the Yaira statue. Remember, you can use Sezzle if you want to, do a buy now, pay later plan. Thanks, Gary. Shout out to you, man. And yeah, man, the warehouse team does a great job. Brandon has those guys, man. I mean, they're a fucking machine. Seeing them work is cool. But yeah, it's going back to what I said earlier. I do want to talk about that because it was a great point. it's when you're in, like, this isn't easy. I mean, to operate as efficient as we operate, it's a lot that goes into it, and it's work, and it's a lot of moving parts, and everybody has to, carry their own weight. And that's also what makes it easier to do, or it makes it look easier, is because we have rock star employees. And those guys they just know how to do their fucking jobs. And it's not a one-man band over here at all. So those guys being able to get shit done, so much that goes into making a book, right? Not just like the art, right? And the letters and the colors and all that stuff and the pre-press, all that's work in itself. And making sure everybody's on the same page with that is work. And then you talk about getting it printed, and you talk about shipping challenges, and you're relying on third-party vendors for certain items, and what happens if that third-party vendor is late, or that third-party vendor does not come through, or something, and then you got to pivot. It's a lot that goes into it. Where are you going to store your items? How many items do you keep stored? Paying people to operate that, making sure your inventory's proper, right? And it's every day is a negotiation. I'm literally negotiating with somebody every single day. It's my job as CEO. Every single day I'm negotiating with somebody about something, whether it be this project, right? That McFarlane thing, I wish y'all knew how long that was in the works. That was in the works for a long time before we came to the table and inked the deal. It took a minute, bro. Like it took a minute for us to make that happen. Like a while. Before y'all ever knew about it. This was something that was like, it had so much had to go right for that to happen. So, that's just one example, but hell, whether it be with the shippers or parcel companies, the UPSs or the FedEx, is a constant negotiation thing happening somewhere, right? And I think I thrive in that environment though as well. So, but it ain't, it's, if we make it look easy, it's not. So, yeah. Man, I'm so excited. And I know when the next collection is going to drop, and I know what's in the next collection. And if y'all see me smiling in the ear, it's because I know y'all are going to fucking love this shit. It is going to be exciting, bros. Okay. I got to get to the headquarters at some point, and we're going to get these books out to you guys. Exciting times here at the Rippaverse. Thank you again for making Goodyng the Polymath such a success. You're going to love the book. Like, you're going to love it a lot. Like, Mike Barron wrote a phenomenal story. Phenomenal one. But yeah, I appreciate y'all making this a success, because that was not easy. It's never easy. But you can still get Cover D. It's in the store. Go grab those. We'll be seeing you sometime very soon. Go pre-order the short box if you have not already. That went live this week, so be sure to go pre-order that. But I'm going to get up out of here. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you tomorrow at some point. I don't think I'll be streaming. I don't think there'll be a For Cannon's Sake tomorrow. I got too much shit to do. So thank you guys so much. I got to bounce, though. We got a 2 from Mr. Reed, said pre-order the Ice I'm Short box as well. Shout out to you. Thank you for grabbing that. Thanks to all of you. I'm glad we got a second collector's box out. We did announce the print. Only 2,000 of those will be up for print. So, again, y'all want to do that procrastination shit like y'all did, what some of y'all did and then got mad because it wasn't available. All right, keep on keeping on. You missed out again. But no, seriously, guys, we'll be in contact very soon. The next collection will be out, but let's get these books out to you guys. Let's focus on that. and get some feedback from you. Do spoiler talk streams. Lots of fun things about to happen. But all right, guys, I gotta get up out of here. Till next time, y'all be easy. God bless. Enjoy your night. We'll see you in the morning.